Alright, welcome everybody. This is a test of my new and latest setup here that I built for my Firefly units. Just trying to make my life easier the day of for setup and reduce the amount of connections that I have to make. So we're going to run a quick test here just to make sure that I can run one show, pause, set up the next show, and fire it very quickly between shows. So I'm trying to get to maybe only 5 minutes or less between shows, so let's see what happens. So I've got my show designed here, if you can see that. Got all my cues are close together. We're just going to do a test show, so there's no real rhyme or reason to the timing of this. It's just to double check everything. So we should see a bunch of sparks. Here we go. And that was the show. Let's take a look now and see if everything went. You can see all of those did go. And I think something down here did not fire, unless I mistakenly missed it. Those two fired. Nope, all those 3 modules fired. I must not have seen it. And we should have these 4 here. And yep, sure enough, all 4 went. So now the idea is, I've got on the back here these Ethernet cables that plug into one side. Everything's color coded, as you can see. My idea is that I can have this next song cues staged, marked and everything by color and label there to know which position on the back of the module it goes, which I'll label those two. But the idea now is I can finish the show, pause, disconnect these from the back of the modules, and then plug the new ones in from the back side for the next set of songs or song for the cues. And then it'll all be pre-wired and hooked up. I will just have to quick run out to the firing range and unplug and set back up. So I got center, left and right, and everything is color coded, as I said. So what we're going to do here is we're basically just going to start a timer. I got my my son's little timer there, stopwatch, and we're going to see how long this takes me. And then we're going to go back into the same exact show and try to run that. So here we go. Turned it on, everything is zeroed, and start. Look at that, a minute and call it 15 seconds, minute 20 seconds. Now I did only set up 1 Ethernet per each module. So real scenario is I'll have enough cues where I'll have 4 Ethernets I have to plug in per module. So realistically you could maybe say, just to be safe, add on another 2 minutes of that time to that time. So instead of 1 minute and 15 seconds, you're looking at maybe 3 minutes and 15 seconds of a pause between shows. So I don't know that that's too long and annoying for anybody that's watching this show, but I don't think that that is bad at all. And realistically, I could maybe even do that quicker. So we'll see how it goes here. But let's quick run this next show and we'll see what happens here. Just make sure everything is ready to go. gonna back out all the way here just to be safe. Come back in. This is the part that worries me sometimes. Everything's there. The E-match. Come into our test show. We'll check all devices. Everything's there. We'll check. I got continuity on all of them. Yep, so far so good. So far so good. Whoops. The last couple modules here. Oh, we're missing one on number 6 module, so we'll go check that real quick. So there's something up with the continuity on that one, so I'll double check that a second. So simple fix, it was just the igniter wire on one of those inside the connector wasn't making contact good. Sometimes these connectors, if you put the wires in, it can be a little finicky sometimes. Doesn't happen often, but I'll cut myself some slack because I did not run a continuity test prior to any of this. This was off the cuff, real quick setup. So I'll upload the show a second. We'll swipe to fire and fire. And as you can see, guys, that was a success. All 4 of those fired. All 4 of those fired. I could tell they fired because, I mean, you could see the black inside of the red housing or shroud there. So, yeah. Yep, that one went too. It's kind of interesting on this one here because it went, but it don't look like it burned too much of that one compared to the other ones. So it's kind of interesting. But that was a success. So I think, as you can see here, utilizing a setup like this definitely cuts down on setup time, and if you're in my position where you have to pause because you got so many cues per song and need to set up for a second one during your show, this definitely speeds up that process too, and isn't really that cumbersome or annoying for any of the audience or viewers. So really happy with the turnout of this, and highly recommend anybody out there try a setup like this. I use the yellow for one side of the board, and then the red Ethernet cables that I made up would be for the other side. It's just to kind of help differentiate, so at nighttime when I'm out there I don't accidentally re-hook up a yellow Ethernet cable from the previous show or song. That way it's much easier for me to quickly do it without making too many mistakes or any mistakes at all. So yeah, spacing here apart, I did about 15 yards, roughly 30 feet in between each station. Realistically, I can go, you know, almost as far apart as I want with clear line of sight with these Fireflies. I upgraded the antennas from the standard ones and ran a test. I had my modules back there on the fire pit seating area and went all the way out to the road where that stop sign is in front of that camper and truck, and test the range, and that's roughly 300 to 350 feet roughly, and it fired no problem. So the range is really good. I would say it's more than what is advertised on Firefly if you simply bought these larger antennas. And then I did even, in fact, go down, way down to the end of the subdivision road. There's a, I don't think you're going to see it on the video, but there's a fire extinguisher or a fire hydrant about 900 feet away out there. And I still was able to fire cues from way over there, and my module being set up over here on this bench. So really happy with my setup now. There was some struggles to begin with, but extremely happy with us so far. So far, don't think I need to invest in an upgraded system such as Cobra or Ignite. I'm thinking the Firefly will work in the interim, and maybe I'll buy a couple more modules just to add up so that I can have 3 modules per, I call it a breakout board, but it's kind of large for a breakout board compared to some of the little things like Mux boards and some of the other stuff out there from like Pyro Creations and whatnot. But yeah, so I'd like to have 3 there, 3 in the middle, and 3 down here eventually someday. But that definitely helps with my tear down and setup. Super easy, just unplug all the wires. I could even leave the igniters, you know, clipped in, and then just come through with the nippers and cut these off at nighttime, so I don't have my stuff sitting out in the middle of the night. If it wants to rain or something, I can get them out of there real quick. But you know, saran wrap or something like that always helps protect this stuff too. But yeah, if anyone's got questions, let me know, comment, give me a like, and I appreciate anybody that follows me. Have a good day. I'll talk to you later.